Hello and welcome, I'm your host KB, and you're watching the Retrospective.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've covered Recess previously and made mention of what a big fan I am of the series. So much so that I'm in the middle of rewatching the series currently. And while I've mentioned it in the past, I never really gave my thoughts on the movie Recess School's Out, which was released theatrically in 2001.
Recess School Out.
DJ, did you run into the sliding glass door again?
Following the release of School's Out, the series did receive 3 direct-to-video film releases, but the films Miracle on 3rd Street and All Grow Down largely were compilations of previously seen episodes with some new original material surrounding them. Taking the 5th Grade is all new original material, but it was released 2 years after the original series finished, and the Recess gang is now in the 5th grade. So I personally view the original movie, School's Out, as the unofficial end of the series. Now, I need to start off by saying I really enjoy this movie, but like a lot of movies based on animated series, it definitely has its issues. The film's plot largely takes place during summer vacation, as we first find the gang pulling one last prank on the final day of school. To start off, the story taking place over summer vacation is already somewhat controversial, as the show is called Recess and largely showcases stories that occurred during recess. But with it being argued that summer vacation is the biggest recess of them all, I'm kind of okay with this. The movie sees TJ having grand plans for him and his friends over the school vacation, but he is let down to find that his friends already have plans to go to summer camp, so he is left to spend the summer break home alone, and during this, he finds some odd things happening at the school. While I didn't grow up with a typical American summer vacation or summer camps, I can definitely relate to the sentiment of making plans with your friends only to find out that they're going away for the holidays. This level of relatability to the characters and the stories was what made the show so enjoyable. They did an amazing job covering realistic scenarios, such as a rained out recess, but managed to do it in a tongue-in-cheek way that wasn't over the top, and this added to much of the comedic value of the show. Unfortunately, with this movie's plot, any idea of realism or relatability is completely thrown out the window, as the biggest plot device is handed to us by an almost comic book style villain in the form of Dr. Phillium Benedict. Benedict is out for revenge against his former best friend, Principal Prickly. We find out in the past, Pete had assisted in shutting down a plan of Benedict's to cancel recess, and in doing so, Benedict loses his job and is replaced by Prickly as the principal of 3rd Street School. To enact his revenge, Benedict has occupied the school during summer break, and his ridiculous plan is to cancel summer vacation. To do so, he's assembled a giant tractor beam capable of moving the moon into a different orbit, thus altering the planet's climate so there is no longer a summer, somehow cancelling summer vacation. I can totally understand why they've gone this route. I mean, the cancellation of summer break would have been earth-shattering to me as a kid, and being a big-time movie release in cinemas, you need to have those really epic storytelling moments.
Years from now, when kids who aren't even born yet look back on this moment, they'll say, they did it. Those kids saved 3rd Street School. They saved summer vacation.
Now, what works as a short 10-minute story for TV doesn't necessarily translate to a big 80-minute full feature film. And that's the reason I think a lot of these big movie adaptations just don't work. Story aside, there are reasons why I do enjoy this movie. Visually, it feels quite grand, as the animation is a higher quality. We lose a little bit of the gritty look of the series, but it still retains the feel of the original show. We get some great music and a solid performance by the original voice cast. There is a lot of humour here as well, with James Woods' portrayal as the unhinged Dr. Benedict adding a lot of comedic value and is genuinely one of the film's high points. Sure, the characters' motivations are absurd, but Woods' performance here is magical.
Do you have any idea which countries have the highest test scores?
Japan?
Germany?
Tierra del Fuego?
Canada! Iceland! Norway! And why? Because it's snowing up there all the time. Kids don't waste their summers playing ball. They're inside studying. And that is why I'm getting rid of summer vacation once and for all.
Yes, the story is super ridiculous, but I just can't help but be entertained by this movie. Ninjas and all.
Ninjas! Ninjas! Why'd they have to be ninjas?
Laser beams aside, there is still enough charm and nods to the original series for us fans to enjoy. It's definitely no masterpiece, but I don't think it should be expected to be. At the time I originally reviewed the series, the episodes weren't available to watch, but luckily since then, with the release of Disney Plus, the series and movie releases are all available for us to enjoy. Now, if you haven't seen the Recess TV series or movie, I highly suggest you head on over to Disney Plus and check them both out.
So what do you say we head down to the pond and skip some rocks?
You guys got yourselves a deal. Oh boy! My first summer vacation memories!
Once again, thank you very much for watching this episode, and any support to the channel is greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, hit the like button, and as always, I'll catch you guys next time.